Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mack Flash Trivia. My name is Francois and I will be your host for the next little bit. This is Seriously Trivia Live. Welcome one and all and happy Friday. TGIF indeed. Here we are. Another beautiful Friday night with a bunch of trivia on the horizon or the horizon, depending on where you're from and how you pronounce things. My name is Francois and I'll be your host. Let's take a look how tonight is going to work. For those of you who've been here before, you know how it goes. But just in case we've got some new people, let's get this whole procedural underway, if you will. Seriously Trivia goes like this. You're going to need some sort of writing device and something to write on. Whether it's a whiteboard and marker, a notepad and pen. And if you're playing against people in the same house, you may want to even get an optional scoreboard. Kind of adds to the spirit of things. We have 10 categories coming up. 2 rounds, as a matter of fact, of 10 categories. Each of them with about 3 questions in them. It's a mix of puzzles and trivia the way you absolutely love it. And I'm going to ask you guys to pick the categories in the chat as we go. When you see the names, feel free to call them out in the chat and we're going to play them in that order. Why not? When you pick a category, we'll go into it. And as I said, you'll be 3 questions for 20 seconds each. As a matter of fact, I looked it up the other day. It's actually 25 seconds per question. Discreetly answer the questions on your whiteboards or notepads, because immediately once we're done, it's answer time. That's right, I will reveal the answers immediately after each game. You'll get to correct your own sheet or board and then share your score in the chat with everybody else and keep track of your score so that we know at the end who has the most points and who won the round. As I said, 2 rounds tonight, so let's get it underway and play. What's going on over here? There's the beer can sound, Tom. Cheers, everybody. Label out. Oh my gosh. It's good to see a lot of the teams are here. San Fran, back in the house. I'm loving it. Nice and clear. It's so great. Okay, I'm going to go through those teams pretty soon because I'm seeing a lot of fun stuff. We got some families that are reuniting and getting back together after a long time and quarantining together. No better way to do it than together and with trivia. Am I right or am I right? Let's take a look at Seriously Trivia on YouTube. Game number 1 tonight. You want to see those categories? All right, let's take a look. We got Life on the Chain Gang. Ditloids are here. We've got yes and no. We've got Odd One Out. Ooh, long time no see, Odd One Out. Initial Reaction is here. Quiz On. Songs in the Key of. Celebrity Objection. Oh, hey, I've never seen that before. Borrow Your Pen. And what the heck is that? Those are your categories. Take a good look and start calling them off whenever you see one that you like. And we've got some questions coming in right now. So what do we got? It starts off with a little bit of Lloyd us. Oh, Lloyd. We got yes and no, followed by quiz on, followed by reaction. And then we got key of. And then we got initial again. And what the heck? Perfect. We're going to get started with those right there. I've got a bunch written on my list, and I just love the randomness of you guys picking the game. So let's start it off with some beautiful Ditloids. That's right. Did you notice? I didn't even notice. I didn't even come up with any sort of witty name for it this week. It was just like, Ditloids. I know you want it. It doesn't matter if I give it a witty title. You're going to choose it. So there you go. A Ditloid is a puzzle where we take a statement of fact, a common expression, a saying, something like that, and we reduce it to an abbreviation or acronym. For example, in the category of literature, if I said 3 equals BM, you would be like, on a good day. But then you realize it was literature and be like, oh, 3 blind mice. Okay, I get it now. Let's take a look at these 3 coming up. Category of game shows. 30 equals S in FJ. How about a quick hello to the Santins, to Consolo, playing by himself. We got the Société de la Sneaky Sneak on the porch as well. And hello to the Three Must Get Beers. Here's your last Ditloid. Category of nursery rhymes. 1 equals P of P, P, that P, P, P. And those are your Ditloids for tonight. I hope you enjoyed them. There's some pretty good ones in there, I have to say. Some solid Lloyds, solid Lloyds. Let's take a look at your answers and match them up with mine. First one, we have 30 seconds in Final Jeopardy. I found this one pretty tough when I came across it myself, I have to say. Number 2, 15 minutes of fame. 15 equals minutes of fame. It's an expression. And 1 peck of pickled peppers that Peter Piper picked in the category of nursery rhymes. There you have it. Give yourself a point for each of those that you solved, and let me know your score out of 3. And we're off, everybody. That's it. We are now officially playing Seriously Trivia together. Once again, hello to the San Francisco potato skins. The cutlery is here as well. Thanks for the nice compliments about thank you, Diana. I do appreciate that. The sad sacks are here, and we've got, who else? We got the Christ Punchers are here as well. The Mixed Nuts, I see the Mixed Nuts. Tons of teams. It's spread out through these categories, and now you guys, your scores: 3 out of 3, 3 out of 3, 2 out of 3. There we go. Thanks to Peter's Pickle. The high scores, all thanks to Peter's Pickle. Let's take a look at your next category. Yes and no. This is a new game. You may have recognized it. It was user suggested, and I got kind of addicted to it to the point where I have to hold back and make sure I don't do it every game. But this is a game having to do with contronyms. Contronyms are words with contradictory meanings. I knew I was going to screw that up. Contradictory meanings based on their context. Used one way, they mean one thing. Used another way, they mean the exact opposite, but it is the same word. Let's take a look at 3 sets of definitions, which should lead to 3 different words that are contronyms. To sprinkle flour or sugar, for example, onto something, or to remove it from a surface. Welcome to Team Vader. Welcome to Smuck and Farts as well, and the Naughty Hookers. Welcome. Yes and no. To pay money for the temporary use of something, or to be on the receiving end of that deal. And finally, one blocks light from entering, while the other emits light. It's the same word, but depending on the use, can have contradictory meanings. And there you have it. That is yes and no. A bunch of questions about contronyms, words that have contradictory meanings based on their context. Let's take a look at the answers. Welcome back, Sneaky Sneak. Well, Bell Internet, you get what you get. That's what it is. I used to have them, and I agree. This is not an endorsement or condonement or condemnation, by the way. Just a statement of fact. Let's take a look at yes and no. To sprinkle flour or sugar on something or to brush it off the surface is to dust. That's right. You can dust by adding particles or by removing particles. Number 2, we have to rent, which is the same expression if you are on the person giving the money and using the object, or if you're the person lending the object for money. Both of you are renting. And number 3, a screen. That's right, a screen can block light from entering, but also can emit one if it is used in the context of a television, for example. There you have it. To dust, to rent, and screen. Give yourself a point for each. Unfortunately, I don't think I can accept shade because I can't think of a shade that emits light. That was yes and no, your category, all about contronyms. And I'm looking your scores come through here. A bunch of 2s. Lease. I'll take lease. I'll accept lease as well. Thank you, AB. I'll accept lease for instead of rent. So there you go. Loan means no money. So I won't take it. Pawn. But if you own a pawn shop, I don't know if are you pawning as well? I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I almost want to give you pawn as well. Ooh, hey, I like this. I like that. You know me. I love it when you find a reasonable argument for an alternate answer. I'm all for it. Let's get some crowd ideas about pawn as the temporary, lending something for money temporarily. I mean, technically, when you pawn something, it is supposed to be a temporary thing. You're just gonna hold on to it. So, I don't know. All right. AB says yes. AB says yes. We're gonna do it. So does Jay. So boom. I'll give you pawn for sure. I pondered that for too long. Let's get on to quizzing. Let's quiz on bricks. Thank you, random word generator. Answer these assorted questions about bricks. Please make sure that I did say the letter B. In what year were Lego minifigs introduced as we know them today? Was it in 1965, 1978, or 1986? Quiz on bricks, question number 2. What is the S word for the creation of buildings, structures, and sculpture using stone as the primary material? And finally, quiz on bricks number 3 coming at you right about now. Boom, bitty, bam, boom. In what video games would a character find money and prizes inside brick blocks? And there you go, that is quiz on bricks. You never thought I could write 3 interesting questions about bricks, did ya? Did ya? Well, you still don't think so, maybe some of you, but let's take a look at the answers first. Maybe then you'll change your mind. It goes a little something like this for quiz on bricks. The Lego minifigs, as we know them today, with articulations and details on the faces, appeared in 1978. They did have characters before that, but they weren't as fancy. That's right. Number 2, stonemasonry is right there, and not the same thing as a bricklayer. Bricklaying is seen as an inferior masonry art, and you got to work your way up from that to stonemasonry if you want to be considered, you know, a real. Hey, I'm just repeating what I read today. To me, you're all fabulous. Last but not least, in Super Mario, in the Super Mario world of video games, you would find, of course, bricks that you smash to get coins or prizes. Give yourself a point for each of those. And that's right. Thank you very much for reminding me. Let's not answer in the chat. This is kind of a competition right now, so we're just looking to you keep track of your answers at home, and then immediately after, just like this, I will reveal the answers, and then like everyone's doing right now, you just go ahead and share your score. Thank you very much for being here, Michael, and please do play along with us for the rest of the game. I want to thank you to one of our returning sponsors this week. It is Forgot the Flour. It's a mother-daughter duo specializing in homemade gluten-free baked goods with keto and vegan options as well. You can place your orders online at forgottheflourwindsor.com. They got free porch delivery available on orders $50 or more in Windsor and LaSalle. You can also find their products at various locations across Essex County, for example, the Willow Tree Market, DeMarco's Fine Foods, and more. Make sure you follow Forgot the Flour on Facebook, or again, check out their website, forgottheflourwindsor.com, for again, gluten-free baked goods, homemade and delicious. Heading off to our next category, as we've already done Lloyd's, yes, and quiz, it is initial reaction. Your first high-scoring game of the night. 9 possible points to you if you can do this. Each box here will contain 3 people who share initials. Well, it's going to contain the definition or descriptions of these people, and you have to figure out who they are. Now, the tip is that all of them share a set of initials, but I'm not going to give you that set of initials. You have to take a look, and hopefully one of the clues will be obvious enough that you'll know who I'm talking about, and then you can take their initials and figure out who the other 2 are. We're going to do that in each box with a different set of initials, so let's get started right now with your first one. Name each person in here a 50s American sex symbol, Eminem, and a Hannibal actor. Team Vader is on a roll with perfect rounds so far. Embrace it. Number 2, we're the Millers / Horrible Bosses actor, former Daily Show host, and an original Charlie's Angel. Gave you a few extra seconds on that one to figure it out. Let's take a look at the last one. Different set of initials here. The original Genesis singer, Jackie Brown, and Jim Phelps on Mission Impossible. There you go, a little something for the older generation in that last question. Hopefully you were able to grasp on to those clues. Looking at 3 different people per box, each of those sets of 3s, of course, sharing a set of initials. Let's take a look at the answers for who I was looking for. And we've got ourselves this one here. Marilyn Monroe coming in as a 50s sex symbol. Marshall Mathers was the obvious giveaway in this one for Eminem. And then Mads Mikkelsen was the one you could have figured out if you were up on your knowledge of Hannibal. Number 2, we have one of my faves, Jason Sudeikis, followed by another one of my faves, Jon Stewart, and then an original Charlie's Angel, Jacqueline Smith. A point for each of those as well. And finally, we've got ourselves Peter Gabriel coming in here at number 1 for the original singer of Genesis. Pam Grier played Jackie Brown, and Peter Graves was Jim Phelps on the original Mission Impossible series. Give yourself a point for each of those, and that's 9 possible points going to your team. And I'm seeing some scores coming in already with 9 out of 9, 8 out of 9. Some great scores right there. Andrew, I am old, but no need to poke fun. Hey, I almost lumped myself into that generation as well, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and say Peter Graves was just a little before me. That was maybe more my parents, but I did get to watch a little bit. There you go. Let's take a look at your next coming category. It is songs in the key of AB. I saw you call it out, but only after I scrolled back up. But you know what? Once in a while, let's keep some good stuff for later in the meal. You know what I mean? We got songs in the key of numbers. Answer these questions about songs that have numbers in the title. If you're ready to go, let's do this. According to Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock, what does it take to make a thing go right? Number 2, what year does Bowling for Soup sing about on their 2004 album A Hangover You Don't Deserve? And finally, coming in at number 3, songs in the key of numbers. How many days a week did the Beatles have Nothing But Love? And there you have it. That is songs in the key of numbers. 3 songs that had numbers in the title. Let's see if your answers correspond to mine. Number 1, It Takes Two. It takes two to make a thing go right. It takes two to make it out of sight. I remember when that came out. What? Number 2, 1985, Bowling for Soup. Classic song by Bowling for Soup. If anything, if you don't really know Bowling for Soup, but I were to say, like, you know of them, the one song you may think of is 1985. Fun fact, it's a cover. It's not even their own song. Nope, it's a cover of a song by a band called SR71, who is also a pop punk band, and they covered that and had more success with it than the original band. Ha! Fun fact, I learned that today, and I'm a big fan of this band. 8 days a week. 8 days a week. Impossible, you say? Then you've never loved. Give yourself a point for each of those. It Takes Two, 1985, and 8. We were just looking actually for the number 2 in the first answer, so give yourself a point for that. Who is bowling for soup? Well, don't get me started. I love them. They're one of those catchy little poppy, 35-year-old band members that sing just like they were still in high school. Singing about I love this girl but she don't love me back, or my parents don't understand the way I am, and stuff like. And I like to get together with my friend, drink some beers, and be with my friends, and it's very I love it. I love it. It really speaks to the inner child in you, and can put you in a good mood immediately. Some very good songs. Check out Bowling for Soup. If you're into that sound and it doesn't turn you off, then I would say possibly one of the best ones out there. But of course, that's my own opinion. I like Bowling for Soup. Let's get on to What the Heck Is That? That is your upcoming category, and it is your picture round. As always in the picture rounds, we got 5 pictures coming up, and this is that game where I go and I find 5 animated GIFs of the classic line, in this case, what the heck is that? From different movies. It turned into kind of a theme, which is going to be pretty good, but you may have some difficulty with a few of them. Identify the movie for each version of the classic line, what the heck is that? Seen here. Number 2. And there you go. What the heck was that? I noticed after searching the line that so many animated movies had the line in it. It just became one of those things where I was like, I'm gonna take this movie, and I'm gonna take this movie. And then I realized I grabbed nothing but animated movies, so I finished it off with that last one, which is a little more rare, but some of you may have seen. Let's take a look at the answers for What the Heck Is That? Coming up right now. We were looking for the following animated films, the first one being the Lego Movie. It wasn't Lego Batman, it's from the original Lego Movie, and therein lies the trick a little bit. Number 2, we had Incredibles 2. You can tell because Jack actually has his powers and is using them. That's Incredibles 2. At number 3, we had Inside Out. No trick there because we did have a shot of the characters inside her brain. We have Osmosis Jones, one of my ultimate favorite hybrid movies that combines animation and live action. And of course, the great Bill Murray in that movie as well. And Igor coming in with John Cusack playing the role of Igor in here, of an evil scientist assistant, Igor, of course, who wants to be, an evil scientist of his own merit. That's the story behind that. If you haven't seen it, it's pretty good. Give yourself a point for each of those. There are 5 of them, so it's out of 5 points. All right, let's keep moving along with Borrow Your Pen as these scores are coming through. Some 4s, 5s, a couple of 3s, some more 4s. 4 out of 5. No thanks to me personally. I love that. Yeah. And the other one, thank God for the kids. That's right. Hey, sometimes they come in handy. Borrow your pen. Well, as you know, if it's in quotation marks, each of the answers will contain the letter combination P-E-N somewhere in the word, whether it's at the beginning, the middle, or the end. So let's take a look at these 3 definitions and find out what words containing P-E-N are in here. Said of something you absolutely cannot do without. Number 2, this answer will contain the letter combination P-E-N somewhere in the word. A cross street, the letter T, and a right angle are all examples. And number 3, containing the letter combination P-E-N when something arouses excited expectation or uncertainty about what may happen. Well, I don't know what kind of answers you guys were expecting in this round, but I gotta tell you, it didn't occur to me until I just turned up to this category, or I just turned to this category right now, what kind of answers we could have had. And I consider this a missed opportunity. Frankly, I'm disappointed in myself. Let's take a look at the 3 answers I was actually looking for, all dick jokes aside. We have indispensable. Indispensable. You cannot do without it. It is indispensable. Number 2, perpendicular. Perpendicular were all examples. Right angle, the letter T, a cross street, all perpendicular. And suspenseful, arousing exciting anticipation or dread maybe of what's going to happen next. Suspenseful or suspense. Suspense would have been fine as well, as long as you wrote something to that effect that has P-E-N. Give yourself a point for each of those, and so many jokes about penises right now. I'm taking care of these. Hold on a second there. Penis could be the answer. Something you can't do without. Cross street or the letter T. No, maybe not. Something that arouses excitement. Oh my God, you're right. Yeah. These would have been very good. Very good. I'm not going to accept dependent, only because dependent is not the same thing. That is the other thing. The dependent is what you... Indispensable is the word, but you can't say you're... that's hard. You're dependent on. All right, fine. Take it. Take it. I'm feeling generous tonight. I'm feeling generous. But anyone who took dependent has to be in the games lounge later. That's right. I better see you there. That's your ticket of admission. That's right. You get your point for dependent but you have to meet us in the Games Lounge. Rest, what's the Game Lounge, you say? Well, I've had people ask me recently, and you're absolutely right to do so. Immediately after tonight's show, 10 p.m., we will be live in another show where you can join us and play some board games with us. Everybody is bringing to the table a deck of cards from a different board game, but no one knows what the other person is bringing, and then we're going to take turns each hosting one card out of that deck for each other and for you, the audience. On top of that, we've got a very special guest that we're all very happy to see in the Games Lounge tonight, Mr. Jersey Jim, the man who writes most, or if not 98% of the sports trivias here on Mack Flash. He will be joining us in the Games Lounge and bringing his own flavor as well. So make sure you join us there, especially if you wrote dependent and took a point for it. You know who you are. I'm looking at you right in the eye. All right, let's go with Celebrity Objection. Brand new game tonight. This is based on a game that I used to do called Celebrity Verbiage. Celebrity Verbiage was based on celebrities who have verbs as last name, such as Roger Waters or Robert Plant. So in this case, these are celebrities that have objects as names. What I've done is given you a sentence, and then in the brackets, I've replaced the word in question with the first name of the person. What you have to do then is you'll have to scroll through all of those people that you know and their last names to figure out which one fits within the context of the sentence. Here, they went fishing with poles, but also Britney. Well, they didn't bring Britney with them, they brought spears. Because of spear fishing, you could have figured it out. As well, how many Britneys do you know? So start scrolling through their last names, find the one that is an object and that fits within the context of this sentence. Bruce planted a George in the front garden. Number two, try to switch the name in the bracket with a last name that fits here. There was a problem with the golden jet of the boat, which is why it sank. Here we're obviously dealing with a nickname. Whose nickname was Golden Jet? And last but not least, I love this one. Use the right pump. This engine runs on VIN. Tell you what, this engine runs on VIN. You know what I'm talking about, yeah. Family, 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 family. Let's take a look at those answers. We're looking for celebrity objection, as in all last names were objects that should have fit within the context here. You like that round? Thank you very much, Brendan. Let me know what you guys thought. I want to bring it back. George, he planted a George in front of the house. He planted a bush. Unless you know a George tree, George rose, George lilac. No, I'm pretty sure bush. Pretty sure bush fits. We have Bobby Hull, the Golden Jet. That was a fun attempt to please my sports-loving fans. Jim, this one's for you, buddy. Number 3, we have Diesel. This engine runs on Vin Diesel. That's right. Give yourself a point for each of those. You got No, somebody says we said Bush, but jungle would work because, you know, you could say George of the Jungle. But no, it's not George Jungle. That's not his name. And then George Foreman. I don't think you could plant. I mean, unless there's some sort of like a long-standing, you got a lot of construction happening at your house. You're gonna plant that Foreman right in the front of your house until all the work gets done, right? I love it. This is great. You guys are great. Thank you so very much. There's an English named George, an English something named George Rose. So, could have been a possibility. But there you have it. Maybe I'll just pay more attention next time and be a little more specific. We've got ourselves 2 categories left, and guess what? Nothing on my sheet. You guys didn't pick further than this. I need someone to tell me if we're doing chain gang or odd one out, and which one are we going out with? Should not plant. Yeah, that is definitely... Foreman had it coming. Get the work done sooner, says San Francisco Potato Scales. It's great. All right, odd one out came out first. Let's take a look at that one. Odd one out, we haven't done this in a long time. What I'm going to do, I'll give you 4 items, and one of them does not belong. So it's a new way of playing this game because there's 2 points here. 1, tell me which one doesn't belong. Now, if you really don't know, you could randomly pick and you have a 1 in 4 chance of picking the correct one. So because of that, I will reward you if you know the actual reason why that one does not belong. So write down which one doesn't belong and the reason for a point each. 6 points coming at you in this round of odd one out. Vesperlin, Honey Rider, Jinx, and Cindy. Which one does not belong? Number 2, write down which one does not belong and the reason why. Bulls, Bears, Braves, Blackhawks. And finally, of these 4, which one does not belong? Archie, Edith, Marvel, DC. And that's how you play odd one out. We had 1 point for which one does not belong, and another point if you could actually give me the reason why it doesn't belong. If you got the right one but the wrong reason, still counts. But I was rewarding everybody who actually knew the reason why. Let's take a look at the answers for odd one out. Number 1, Cindy is not a Bond girl. All the other 3 were Bond girls. So there you have it, Cindy. They were not, as you may have thought, my stage names when I fresh out of high school. That's right. We got number 2 coming up. The Braves are not from Chicago. So there you have it. The other ones were the Bulls, the Bears, and the Blackhawks, all from Chicago sports scene. And last one, Edith is not a comics publisher. We have Archie Comics, Marvel Comics, DC Comics, but not yet with the Edith Comics. Catering, of course, to senior citizens with very large print, short books. I don't know where I'm going with this. Give yourself a point for each of those. And we are down to our final game for this category. It is Life on the Chain Gang coming up next. 9 possible points. Then we're going to take a short break. And we are going to be back with a whole other round of Seriously Trivia with 10 more categories, and immediately after that, you can join us in the Games Lounge. We are here to play games all night, so keep it tuned to the Mack Flash channel on YouTube. Final game, ready to go? Life on the Chain Gang. Each word, what I'm going to do here is in the next 3 boxes, I'm going to give you 5 words. The 3 in the middle contain blanks, and those are the ones I want you to figure out. The trick is that each word can be used with the next one to form a common expression or saying. For example, here we've got Black Beauty, Beauty Sleep, Sleep Tight, and Tight Spot. We're gonna have to do that in each box, and that means 9 possible points coming at your team if you're able to get all of these perfectly correct. If you're ready to go, let's get started right now. Number 1. Number 2 coming up in Chain Gang. And finally, number 3 in Life on the Chain Gang. 3 more points if you can get this one. There you go, Life on the Chain Gang. 9 possible points going to your team if you were able to figure out the 3 middle words of each box. And I think you guys had a pretty good chance, unless you got stuck at the last one. Started saying crazy stuff like mint julep. Well, let's keep moving. Number 1, answers go like this: juice box, box car, car door, doormat, box, car, and door. Number 2, sailboat, boatload, load game, game over, man, game over. And that last one, not julep, because what would you follow julep with? What's the next very obvious J one? Mint jelly, jellyfish, fish tank, tank top. There you go. Jellyfish tank top also evokes some pretty awesome images in my mind, especially if it's mint green. Give yourself a point to each of those: boxcar, door, boat, load, game, jellyfish tank. And that's a whole round out of 9. And we got Vader kicking some absolute butt tonight. They are named after their dog, by the way, not that pesky indie movie. Well, that's it for Seriously Trivia on YouTube, round number 1. We've got 10 more categories after this, so make sure you do come back after the break for 10 more. Not that, where would you go? Where would you go? Just be like, I'm gonna go do something else? Nah, why would you do that? I want to see your scores as well in the chat. Taking a look here where we've got some great one here. 37 out of 47 for the hackers, 35 for the nuts. Julep, exactly, that was the trap. You fell into my trap, potato skins. 43 for the naughty hookers, 33 for the Société de la Sneaky Sneak, and so on and so forth. 40 for Con Solo, playing by himself tonight. I gotta tell you, props to you, my friend. It is 53 after the hour. Let's do as we always do, take a 3-minute break. Back in 3 minutes with round number 2 of Seriously Trivia right here on Mack Flash. We are back. It is 57 after the hour, or 27 after the hour if you're in Newfoundland. Is that better? Is that better? I had to get used to not saying the time because we have people from different time zones playing, and so apparently it didn't make sense when I said we'll be back at, if I said we'll be back at 8:57, they're like, oh, that's in 4 hours, man. We're far back from you. So there you go, 15. But I did forget about the Newfoundlanders and their half-hour stuff going on there. There you have it. Welcome back, everybody. This is Seriously Trivia. My name is Francois. I am the host of this shindig, if you will. And we're playing some trivia. Let me quickly go through the way tonight works, just so that you are aware and you're not caught with your pants down, as people tend to say. Although that doesn't sound like such a bad thing. Depends on the situation, I guess. We're going to be playing some trivia. Get yourself some writing utensils and something to write on, whatever that may be. We're going to be playing 10 categories in the upcoming game. Feel free to shout out the categories in the chat. Let us know what it is exactly that you would like to play, but we are going to be playing them all. Once it comes up, we're going to play each question for about 20 to 25 seconds each. Answer the questions discreetly on your board or notepad, but not in the chat. After that, I'm going to give you the answers immediately. You get to correct yourselves and find out exactly what everyone else did and how well you did as well by sharing your score in the chat. Keep track of your score as we go. Keep a tally so that at the end you can tell us what you got. And it's bragging rights until next week. That's pretty much the way it goes, because really, who gives a crap about prizes when we're going to be doing this anyway, right? So there you have it. Welcome, everybody, to Seriously Trivia. Let's play. Let's see what's going on over here. I got some stuff happening in the chat. There's like waiting. Waiting another 3 hours. San Francisco, and that's how I know you're true fans. You're like, we'll wait. He's like, he'll be back at what time? All right, let's make some wings. And let's just get some beers and let's wait for Francois. He'll be right back. And then we got Australia Girl is now back in Windsor, so welcome back. That must have been weird, and the time difference must have been fun for that. And there you go, the wilds of Amesbury. Woo, deep. Let's take a look at your next category. It's Seriously Trivia on YouTube, round 2. Former and the latter. We've got Mystery Bus, a classic. We got Same But Diff. We've got these 3 words. Creative Alchemy is back. Ms. Remember is back as well. Quiz on. I wonder if Mystery Bus and Ms. Remember are together. I wonder if that's the thing. Quiz on. Songs in the key of. Brad Libs is back, everybody. And according to Jim, in honor of our good friend Jersey Jim. Hey, everybody. I forgot to tell you before we left on break, but I think old dogs like you should know this. The shot of the night is hidden behind one of these categories. At some point, you will pick a category. We will play it, and boom, there will be a shot glass signifying that we should come together and do that. So if you've not gotten your shot ready, or it's not too close, you might want to get that closer, because you never know when it's going to happen. Sometimes it's first, but it hasn't happened yet. And sometimes it's the last shot of the night. So let's not let that happen again either. Cheers, everybody. All right, here we go. We got Rebus coming up first, followed by songs. I wrote zongs. Songs, 3 words. Quiz on. This is very entertaining TV right here. Remember. Followed by Libs. Followed by Alchemy. You guys are great. You've picked all different things. And then songs, 3 words, Brad Libs, ladder. Okay, let's get started with our Mystery Bus category for tonight. Mystery Bus, or Mr. Rebus. A Rebus puzzle is a common expression or saying that is visually represented on the screen. It helps if you usually if you say it out loud, or read it out loud, or read it to yourself repeatedly. For example, here's a new one. I actually came up with this one today. It's the R and the U in trouble are accentuated. So you have, are you in trouble? Are you in trouble? Ah, there you go. Common expression or phrase or something you may have heard. So let's take a look at your next one coming up. Your first one, it goes like this. Number 2 in the Rebus category. And finally, number 3. Too tricky? Not too tricky? Just tricky enough? Let me know what you thought of these Rebus puzzles, visual representations of common expression or sayings. Ooh, let's see how you guys did. I don't know. I can feel it through the ether. This may have been a little challenging. First one we were looking for is a needle in a haystack. Okay, that one was pretty good. That one's pretty simple. A bunch of hays, one needle. You could have figured it out. All right. The second one is possibly one of my favorite ones. I've only used this sort of before once. Stand-up comedy, comma D. That's right. I think I did romantic comedy one time as well. And then we have ourselves to be, are not to be. Oh, little tricky. Yeah, I could have put the number 2 in there, but that wouldn't have looked as cool. That looked like some weird Scandinavian badass name. Brabah. That's his name. Yeah, you don't mess with Brabah. Give yourself a point for each of these that you got correct. You give yourself 3 points if your name is Brabah. Get out of here, Rebus Puzzles. All right, we got songs in the key of coming up next, as picked by Mr. AB himself, the Lone Conman. Let's see what we got. Songs in the key of catchphrases. These are all questions about songs that led to popular sayings. At least for some time, people were saying, well, possibly the title of the song or something in the lyrics, but definitely caught on, as the kids say. In what song did Young MC tell a tale for all the fellas trying to do what those ladies tell us? Stand-up D is good. It sounds like an actual sports thing that you sports people would say, but it doesn't account for the comma being on the screen. So unfortunately, as lenient as I've been all night, I don't think I can give you stand-up D. I don't think I can give you stand-up D, title of my sex tape. Get your motor running, head out on the highway, looking for adventure and whatever comes our way. Name the song. And finally, number 3, a song that led to a popular saying or catchphrase. Name the song and artist who invited you to shake it like a Polaroid picture. Songs in the key of catchphrases, all songs that inspired sayings, catchphrases, or maybe phrases that people repeated ad nauseum after they were released. Let's take a look at the answers that I was looking for. Bust a Move. Oh, come on now, fella. Bust a Move. That's the Young MC. That's right. Number 2, Born to Be Wild. Born to Be Wild. Yes, you saw that after that in t-shirts and coats and jackets and any piece of Harley Davidson wear, I'm sure has it. Ice Cold. Hey Ya by Outkast. So we were looking for both the name of the song and the artist that brought you Shake It Like a Polaroid Picture, which I heard just some person in a weird commercial setting, maybe even in a store, use it like it was an expression, like it was a proverb. The way people used to say, well, you know, a rolling stone gathers no moss. This person was saying, shake it like a Polaroid picture, and it was as universal at the time. Everyone's like, I know what you're talking about. I get that reference, as Captain America would say. Thank you to another one of our sponsors. We get Grasses Landscaping in the house, specializing in landscape design and build for any size job. They do property maintenance, spring and fall cleanups. Remember, if it's not grass, just say pass. Make sure to check them out on Facebook. Check our Facebook page if you want a direct link to Grasses Landscaping. Thank you very much for all of your support all the time. These 3 words is your next category coming up, and this is one of those where you have to find the common word which will complete each trio. For example, if I say quartet, bean, and lights, you could say string because of string quartet, string bean, and string lights. If you're ready, I've got 3 of these coming up. Let's take a look at this. Surrender, American, and checkered. Number 2, John, Rod, Martha. And finally, number 3, Martha. Where did you say Martha? To kill for success to the nines. What's funny is I've got every game written on here. We've got all 10 games lined up for the rest of the night, and I've completely forgotten where I've hidden the shot of the night. So it'll be a surprise for me and for you as well. Let's take a look at the answers for these 3 words, looking for the word that could complete each of them to form maybe new words or expressions. The first one, we had flags, surrender, American, checkered, flag. And number 2, it was Stewart, John Stewart, Rod Stewart, and Martha Stewart. John Stewart's second appearance tonight. What? Come on. We have Dress to the Nine, Dress to Kill, and Dress... whatever the second one was. I forget now. Give yourself a point for flags, Stewart, and Dress. And let us know what your score was. Three out of 3. A bunch of 3s on that one. All right. Okay. Understood. It's a good way to boost up the scores. Let's see what we've got lined up in Quiz On, your next category. We're gonna quiz on mountains. That's a good one. Actually, there's some pretty amazing questions. If you don't know what you're about to read, you're about to learn something pretty cool. You're like, oh great, this sounds like a lot of fun, Francois, thanks. This sounds like a perfect game. Thanks, this sounds a lot like learning. In what country would you find Mount Robson, Mount Logan, and Mount Lucania? Hey, there had to be a mistake. There always is. You know, always leave one just enough so it's charming, right? That's what I always say. Yeah, no, forget about sunshine. It's not about sunshine, it's about mountains. Just answer the questions. The largest known mountain in the solar system is 21 kilometers or 13 miles high. What planet is it on? And number 3, quiz on mountains. What do the mounts St. Helens, Mauna Loa, and Etna have in common? Valerie, are you offering your services? Because I don't think that would remain fair at that point. Valerie says somebody needs to check my work. I agree. It's a bad sign when the final level of approval of these quizzes is this guy. That's right. This is it. This is the final frontier. After that, it's free to go into the world. Ooh. Let's take a look at your answers for quiz on mountains. Mountains on which I'm sure a lot of sunshine falls. Canada is home to all of those mountains. Hopefully Mount Logan was the one to give it away to you, but some of these were also very important mountains as well. Number 2, Mars is where that mountain, 21 kilometers. Just to give you by comparison, Mount Everest is 8 kilometers high. This one was 21 kilometers on Mars. Of course, it couldn't have been anything too much further considering we haven't been able to explore them. So, well, you know, hopefully a lot of you were able to deduce Mars. All volcanoes, all of those mounts are volcanoes as well. So give yourself a point for each of those that you got correct: Canada, Mars, and volcanoes. I'll meet you back at the front with more games to follow. And a variety of points coming in for that one, going from the 1s to the 3s, and I love those categories like that. That means as long as it keeps doing this, the points are being shuffled around all over the place. Guys, we're back with this category. I'm so happy about this one. It was user submitted, and when I looked into it and realized how many there were, I knew I was going to bring it back, but Okay, I know I said I didn't remember. That wasn't a joke. I wasn't making a joke about this being called Misremember. I completely forgot where I put it. So I'm as surprised as you are. Hey everybody, it's your shot of the night. I'll talk about the game after. Just never mind, we're here. Shot of the night is when we all come together in an act of conviviality and we do a shot together just to bring us closer as a group. There's almost 100 of us playing right now in all sorts of different locations, and it's gonna be cool because we're all gonna do a shot at the same time. Now, as I always say, it does not have to be alcohol, whether it's whiskey, wheatgrass, or water. You're welcome to join us for this shot. It's just a sort of tradition, a an act of coming together that we do. This one I'm going to send out to, oh, I know exactly who I'm going to send it out to. They're probably not watching right now, but long time players, Mario and Michelle, who always name their team after whatever they ate for dinner, have gotten married today. It was a surprise. They didn't tell anyone. I learned about it maybe 2 or 3 days ago. So congratulations to Mario and Michelle, and they said it was fine if I announced it on their show as well. So congratulations, and make sure you guys get them on Monday. They will be playing, I'm sure, and we'll be able to cheers them for real. Cheers, you guys. Lots of love. Ooh. Oh, jeez. Oh, my. That's worse than usual. Oh. Oh, I think I just coughed all the coughs I managed to suppress in the last month right now. Oh, it's the bottom of the bottle. Could that have something to do with it? I don't know. All right, let's take a look here. Misremember. Do you know the Mandela effect? The Mandela effect is named after Nelson Mandela, who a lot of people thought died in prison in the 80s. As a matter of fact, he died many years later, a free man. But people are convinced that this is what they know, to the point of really being convinced about it. This happens all the time, and it is called the Mandela effect. There's so many that you don't even know you are being affected by, just like I'm sure some of these right here. 3 questions about the Mandela effect. Get ready, this is a great one. My favorite probably of the night. Which of these is Tom Cruise not wearing during the dancing scene from Risky Business? Sunglasses, socks, or dress shirt? Number 2, does Curious George have a tail? And finally, speaking of tails, which of these is the correct Pikachu? Left or right? And that's how you play Misremember. All questions about the Mandela effect. And if the Mandela effect is strong on these things, it means most of you are convinced you have the right answer right now, and you have the wrong one because the Mandela effect's doing it to you. But then you're like, I know this, I'm aware, so I'm gonna pick the opposite. But what if the Mandela effect is having the opposite effect of that, and now you're picking the opposite of the opposite when you really should be picking the opposite of the opposite of the opposite? Let's take a look at the answers. The first one, sunglasses. He is not wearing sunglasses in that scene. All he is wearing, a dress shirt, underwear, socks, and if you want to know, he's singing into a chandelier. That's it, no sunglasses. A lot of people remember him wearing sunglasses. Number 2, Curious George does not have a tail and never has had one either. I saw a picture with him with a tail, and I said, yep, that looks right. And without a tail, I was like, no, and I was wrong. Speaking of tails, which one was the correct Pikachu? The one on the right. No black trim on his tail. A lot of people seem to remember him that way. That is absolutely not true. Sunglasses, no tail, and the right one with no trim on the tail was the correct Pikachu. Pretty cool, right? If you missed last time, we also brought up the Monopoly Man does not wear a monocle. That's right. You think he does. The Planter's Peanut guy does, but Rich Uncle Moneybags, Pennybags, does not wear a monocle. That's right. Yeah, that's one of those where you because you know it's a game, you're like, no, wait, it's got to be, is it this one? Is it that one? Is it this one? I don't know. All right, let's go to our next category. According to Jim, this is in honor of our good friend Jersey Jim. Meet him tonight in the Games Lounge at 10 when he will be filling in for Mike, who is on vacation. Lucky guy. So we've got Jim coming in to fill in, and I'm sure we're gonna have a lot of fun in the Games Lounge again tonight. Lots of laughs all the time, and we invite all of you to play along. Post your comments in the chat and your scores and your funny jokes, and we'll even put them on screen if they're that funny. All right, in honor of Jersey Jim, name these famous gyms. You know what? As I was doing this, I went back because I always have a terrible memory for some reason, and I thought we did this before, and we did at the end of April. We did a round called According to Jim, or it was something about the gym, and we had 5 gyms. So I went and made sure I picked 5 different gyms. Name them. Number 1. Potato skins, that is a sweet reference. Sweet reference. I did once do a round on Dave's, and that is exactly what I called it. These are the Daves I know. A big bushy beard. And there you have it. That is According to Jim. Who knew a 50-second round could be more interesting than an entire season of that show? Let's take a look at your answers, looking for the 5 gyms in these photos. Number 1, I can't wait to see what he's going to do now that the Big Bang Theory is over. It's Jim Parsons. Number 2, we had Jim Belushi coming in, the actual According to Jim. Number 3, Jim Broadbent, big bushy beard. We've got ourselves Jim Jeffries. Jim Jeffries coming in here. And we've got Jim Brewer. Jim Parsons, actor. So is Jim Belushi. Jim Broadbent, also a classic actor. Jim Jeffries, comedian and all-around offender. And Jim Brewer, also comedian, member of Saturday Night Live. And, of course, star of great comedy, Half Baked. If you can tell by looking at him. Heading back to the front here with only 1, 2, 3, 4 categories left. I've got them all written down on my sheet, and I'm going to take this time. I'm going to do it right now and thank our final sponsor of the week, Littlefoot Foods. Thank you for being behind us, and they just signed on for another month. Again, just showing you the faith that businesses have in Mack Flash, and it's all cyclical, as I always say. They believe in us. You guys show up and play the trivia, and we all come together as a community and support each other. So make sure you do support Littlefoot Foods as well. If you're in the Windsor area, make sure to do check them out. They've got curbside pickup Tuesday through Saturday, 12 to 3 p.m. You can also get a lot of their food in some of the major grocery chains. So do check out the Facebook page because they have very detailed announcements as to where you can pick up their product, and you can also check it out on littlefootfoods.com, where you can also order this shirt that I'm wearing. Look at this shirt. I've been wearing it for a while. Some of you, that might be your first time seeing it, but it's the official physical distancing Windsor, Ontario. The cool thing about this shirt is that it's great. It looks funny. You can have one that that matches mine, but also 2/3 of the profits are donated to charity every time you buy one of these shirts. So thank you so much to Littlefoot Foods for not only everything you're doing, but for helping out the show as well. It's very great. Thank you so much. Let's get going over here to our next one. We got According to Jim, which means we're going on to everybody's favorite new game, Brad Libs, everybody. It's Brad Libs Nicolas Cage edition. That's right. In Brad Libs, I give you a sentence that contains blanks, which can be filled with a deconstructed movie title. It's called Brad Libs because we originally did it with Brad Pitt movies, such as the example, Soldiers Go to War with Machine Guns. War Machine. So fill in the blanks with a deconstructed Nicolas Cage movie in this case, and we're gonna do it 3 times. If you're ready, here we go. He never expected his business to grow to the blank level, but he would blank this moment forever. Remember, you're breaking apart a Nicolas Cage movie and inserting it in order. I love this part of this song. Number 2. Some of the applicants were as thin as blank, while others were big, burly blank. Were as thick, as thin as. And number 3. Even though he was terribly afraid of the blank, he couldn't keep his blank off the creature. And that is your Brad Libs for tonight. I managed to squeeze it in, and I'm glad that I did. Hopefully you found the Nicolas Cage movies that were inserted in those sentences. Let's take a look at the ones I was looking for. Starting with number 1, he didn't think his business would go to the national level, and he would treasure this moment forever. Semi-autobiographical, by the way, that question. Number 2, we've got ourselves, they were as thin as matchsticks, and others were big, burly men. Matchstick Men, I've been meaning to rewatch this movie. I know the category is probably going to come up very soon on the Mack Flash 5, where we're going to have to do con men movies, and I'm pretty sure it's going to come up. If it doesn't, I will bring it up, because this movie will be on that list. And finally, not a great movie. Not a good movie. I don't even think I finished this one. Snake Eyes. He was afraid of the snake, but could not keep his eyes off the creature. Give yourself a point for each of those: National Treasure, Matchstick Men, and Snake Eyes. Nick Cage is a national treasure. That's what it is. That's what it is. Check out, if you get the chance, make sure you check out Nick Cage's filmography on Wikipedia, where they list every single movie he's ever made, because you'll be impressed at how many movies a year this guy can make. There are years where he's in 3 to 4 movies, because he does all of these straight to DVD things, or straight to Netflix, or straight to whatever, and a paycheck's a paycheck, right? Who cares? So yeah, so check it out. It's impressive. It's very impressive. Coming up next, it is Creative Alchemy. Let's see what's going on in the chat for a second here. Yeah, Memento. Good one, right? You like that one? Let's see. 1 out of 3, 2 out of 3, 1 out of 3. That was a bit of a weaker sort of Nick Cage round. Okay, I get it. Let's get into a little bit of science then, if you will. I want you to use the chemical symbols of each recipe here to spell the answer. For example, if I say mix fluorine, uranium, and nitrogen, you would get a big bucket of fun. Well, okay, once again, I don't want to be held responsible if you get your hands on these ingredients and you try mixing them and things go terribly, don't sue me. I was not recommending it. I said creatively here. Let's take a look at your first ones. I think I kind of accidentally wrote a little bit of a story here, a little bit of an up and down here. Let's take a look. What concoction would you get if the alchemist mixed together beryllium and erbium? Dave Shaw, you're absolutely right. I just saw your comment. He has to pay off the IRS. You're absolutely correct. I forgot about that. Nick Cage is broke. Let's take a look at your next one. All right, so so he just made that concoction. Now the alchemist mixes together erbium, oxygen, titanium, and carbon. What type of potion did he just make? I'll tell you what, after taking that potion, he's completely distracted. He mixes together polonium, iodine, sulfur, oxygen, and nitrogen. Why shouldn't you drink it? I don't know if you want to be hanging out with this guy anymore. It seems like it seems like it's kind of risky, just mixing all sorts of chemicals and trying to feed them to you. Ugh. Let's take a look at the answers I was looking for. Hey, first of all, if you mix some beryllium and some erbium, we're talking about some beer, some Be plus ER. If you drank that, you probably just be in the ER is actually more accurate of what would happen to you. Number two, after that, you decided to concoct a little bit of erotic potion for you. Yeah, some erotic potion. It's more than love potion. This thing, yeah, not good, because then, yeah, it's poison. The next thing he does, he's all confused, and we got some poison being mixed. That alchemist is bad news. Report him to the police right now. Run away in the other direction, okay? Because it has polonium in it. That's exactly why. It's the polonium. You guys are great. I thank you very much for being here tonight. We got 2 games left to go. Former and the latter, same but diff. I love the comments coming up over here. We get of course it has poloniums. Beard goggles would work as well. Neil, you lost me at erotic. He's moved on. He's opened up a second tab, perhaps one that wears a hat and glasses. We got Former and the Latter coming up next. Your big scoring game of the night, or of this round, and one that you might be used to if you've been here before. Former and the Latter in each box. I will give you 3 hints, the answers to which are one letter off from each other. For example, we've got here protective building is a fort, a stinky gas, 1 letter off is a fart, and at the grocery store you've got a cart. We're gonna do that 3 times and once in each box, and you're gonna get a point for each answer you get correct. So 9 possible points coming at you. Let's take a look first at a 4-letter word. Naively stupid, go for swim, and ask around. Number 2 coming up for former and the latter. 5-letter word. Go after someone. To stop. And rent to own. And finally, number 3, informer and the latter, back to a 4. Oh no, it is a 5-letter word. I'm sorry about that. Juicy stone fruit, fish and chips to make dry via heat. Well, I intended to turn up the difficulty dial on that round today. I think I may have accidentally got caught there and maybe maxed it out a little too loud. Let's take a look at how well you did, and we will confirm that information. The first one we were looking for was a 4-letter word. We had fool, naively stupid. Go for a swim in the pool, and to ask around is to poll someone. Fool, pool, and poll. I think I get the feeling that was a little tough. Number 2, to go after someone is to chase. To stop is to cease. And we brought it up once before tonight. Rent to own or lease. There you have it. And last but not least, we have your clingstone fruit, a peach. We have perch for fish and chips. And to make dry, because of heat, like your throat, parch. To parch. So, give yourself a point for each of those you got correct. Fool, pool, pull, chase, cease, lease, peach, perch, parch. And yeah, I think I accidentally, like I said, I kept my finger on that up button until I brought that thing up to 9 tonight, for sure. Accurate. We got ourselves number 3, same but diff, your last game of the night coming up. Once again, let me remind you about the Games Lounge happening at 10 o'clock after this. Feel free to join us in there. As soon as this is done, just head on over. I'll try to remember to post the link in the chat, but you can also find it right there on the Mack Flash YouTube page as the next upcoming live event. We've got a bunch of cool games lined up and a special guest with Jersey Gem joining us tonight. So we'll see you then. We also have a very special guest next week, so don't forget to join us then at the Games Lounge when Mr. Tom Hacker, who will be retiring from his career after so many years of great service, he will be joining us in the Games Lounge next week, and that's going to be a great time, I am sure, for everyone. So let's get finished over here so I can head over to Studio B. We got the same but diff. One of my favorites, it is the homonyms that are back. What I'm going to do is give you a sentence with 2 blanks that can be filled with 2 words that sound the same but mean different things. They could even be spelt the same. For example, here, on a new planet, err on the side of caution, don't breathe the air. All right, so there you go. We're gonna do the same thing in the next 3 boxes. All you gotta do is come up with 2 words that sound the same but mean different things that fit the context of the sentence. Marketing is expensive. Taking out all these new newspaper blank really blank up. Number 2, in same but diff, she really wanted to attend the blank, but she simply didn't have the cab blank to get there. And finally, coming in at number 3, same but diff. Your last question of the night, everybody. In medieval time, barbaric blank would barge in, find and raid the blank, and move on to the next town. And there you go. That is how you play same but diff. You guys should have 6 words written down. Each pair should rhyme, or not. Well, I guess they will rhyme, but should sound exactly the same. As a matter of fact, let's take a look if you're able to find the same ones. Give yourself 1 point for each pair. And the first one I was looking for was ads. Taking out all these newspaper ads really adds up, which makes marketing expensive. Number 2, she really wanted to go to the fair but did not have the cab fare to get there. And number 3, we have in medieval times, barbaric hordes would show up, raid the hordes, and leave and move on to the next town. Give yourself 1 point for each pair you got here because they rhyme. Once you get one, you should pretty much be able to get the next one. And there you have it, my friends. That is the end of Seriously Trivia for this Friday night. Thank you so much for being here. I am glad to see you guys week after week. It is my pleasure to bring this to you. All I ask in return is that maybe you hit that subscribe button, which helps us out tremendously. Hit the like button, which makes us feel really, really good. And hit that share button so we can share that love with all sorts of other people on your Facebook feed who may not have seen it. It's as simple as taking the channel, youtube.com/MackFlash, posting it on your feed just once and saying, hey guys, check this out once in a while if you like trivia. Maybe if we get 1 or 2 people out of that, that's going to be really good. There are a lot of you playing right now, and that would do me a huge favor. You want to hear a big announcement? Oh, okay, fine. I'll give you a big announcement because I'm taking a look here. We got this going on over here, all your scores. And you know what? Potato Skins, thank you very much. That's very nice of you. Guess what, everybody? We got t-shirts on the way. That's right. Not only 1, but 2 different designs. Yeah, that's right. The classic and the new will both be available. Oh, just t-shirts? No, Francois. No. We've got ourselves some women's t-shirts as well, some tank tops, and even hoodies. And I gotta say, everything is going to be nice and affordably priced. Oh, that's not enough? What's that? Francois should sell shot glasses. Okay, shot glasses are on the way as well. That's right, you could own your own Mack Flash shot glass for the shot of the night. How's that sound? Pretty awesome? Yeah, all that's because you guys. That's right, you make it all possible by watching all the time. I thank you very much. My name is Francois. I've been your host, and I will see you in 15 minutes in the Games Lounge. See you soon. Bye-bye.